We are at the Byrna booth. I'm here with Josh, and he's going to go over some interesting, it's a paintball gun. It's also got a few other uses that might come in handy. So I'll let Josh talk about the product line because there's a bunch of different models here.
Yeah, so Byrna is a less lethal self-defense company, but a lot of our launchers get used for a lot of different purposes. Everything from self-defense to training to recreation, which is really the great part about them. So everything you see here is going to be powered off of CO2 or high pressure air, mostly the CO2 market. Our Byrna SD is our most popular launcher. Reason being is because obviously its form factor, looks very similar, so it's used very similar to a gun. But the great part is it's not classified as a firearm because it uses CO2. It stays far away from that. So the way this works is the Byrna SD actually fires these 68 caliber projectiles. Now we have a whole line of projectiles, from training projectiles that are great for shooting in your backyard because they dissolve in water, to our kinetic projectiles that are just a solid polymer ball, really good deterrent, as well as encapsulated chemical projectiles. So these actually contain a powderized chemical agent that explodes on contact and incapacitates whatever target you're shooting at. So combined with these 68 caliber projectiles, the Byrna SD actually uses an 8-gram CO2 cartridge that goes right in here underneath the barrel. The CO2 cartridge goes in and you screw the end cap down. The great part is it doesn't pierce the cartridge. The cartridge is going to stay in there indefinitely. So a cartridge goes in, my rounds go in my magazine goes in the launcher, and now I can put this wherever it needs to go, and it will stay there until I need to use it. The only thing I got to do to make it work, switch from safe to fire, pull that trigger. That first trigger pull is going to simultaneously pierce the cartridge and fire that first round. So there's nothing that the shooter needs to remember to do, especially if it's in a critical incident.
And so comes in black as well, right?
Yep, we got
a black
and
one
orange
over there. And 68 cal. What is the FPS and the energy relation with that one?
So with the SD here, you're somewhere between 280 and 300 feet per second. So your energy level is about 9 joules, give or take. So it's coming out. So it's coming out hot.
Yeah, that you feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
You want to talk about the rifles?
Yeah.
All right. So our shoulder-fired lineup is really meant to kind of fill some different roles and also mimic some platforms that people are probably used to using. Our TCR is kind of a hybrid of our launchers. So it utilizes a 12-gram CO2 cartridge that goes right in here underneath this Picatinny rail. 12-gram cartridge goes in there. I close that Picatinny rail. I've got a primary magazine that actually holds 12 rounds, and then a backup magazine that goes right here on the stock that holds an additional 7. So once again, the CO2 cartridge stays in here unpierced. And now I've got 19 rounds on the gun that can stay with it wherever it needs to go. All I got to do, take it off safe, pull the trigger to pierce, and we're shooting.
That's some pretty good engineering the way they put that in there.
Absolutely.
I like it. You never have any idea.
Yep. No, and it's just super easy to drop it in there. Yeah. Quick changes are really easy. So that CO2 cartridge fire about 20 rounds, 19, 20 rounds. So if I've got extra magazines, but if I even have extra magazines, once I fire that, it's real easy to just drop that CO2 cartridge, throw another CO2 cartridge in there, and man, I'm rocking and rolling.
I like the color scheme. It's nice. It looks good.
Well, trying to get it's not a firearm orange there, so.
Okay.
And then the Mission 4, obviously based on an AR platform, just increases capacity. So now it's based off, I'm using a coupled 19-round magazine that you can actually uncouple if you'd like. So I can take those apart if I want. I can keep them together if I want, but I can keep 38 rounds, on the launcher at all times.
Different ammunition.
Absolutely. I want to do kinetic in one side, max in the other side. Absolutely, can do that. It's powered off of an 88-gram CO2 cartridge. I'll get about 60 plus rounds out of this cartridge alone, so plenty to do that. And obviously functions just like an AR. So if you're familiar with shooting any kind of AR-based platform, and you'll pick this up, no problem.
Very good. And same energy.
Yeah, so you're looking with the shoulder fires, you're looking at 325, up to 330, 340 feet per second. So a little bit increased energy. Now you're up to the 12, 14, 16 joule range. So definitely a little bit more power. The Mission 4 also has a positive air disconnect, which is a great, not only safety feature, but it also locks the air back in the cartridge. So if you pierce the 88 gram, you fire 20 rounds to train with, you want to say, hey, I want to hold that for a little while so I can go train with it later. I turn that off, it purges all the air from the system, and make sure that it's not going to over time leak out through all these valves and O-rings. And then this is our MLR. It's our law enforcement security model. obviously based, heavily on your traditional paintball guns. I got a 200 round hopper, 26 cubic inch high pressured air tank that'll fire all of those 200 rounds. They come in semi-auto and full auto variants. Our full auto fires about 200 rounds per minute, or per second rather, or 20 rounds per second.
That seems a little
yeah.
20 rounds.
The difference between our launchers, based on a lot of the other launchers out there that look like this, is all of ours are 100% pneumatic. Okay. So our full, there's no batteries in our full auto trigger. There's no batteries in our hopper. It uses a cyclone feed system that gets driven by the air, and then the full auto trigger is driven by the air.
Is this a tuner on the side for the full auto range?
No, it's actually a forward assist. So if I needed to, if I could take this guy off here real quick. If I needed to function for some reason that cyclone feed manually, I actually could. So
just like an AR forward assist.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, just making sure that manual option to take care of that is still there for you.
Wow, it's pretty neat.
Yeah. So the cyclone feed actually stacks those rounds. So it's going to stack around in each one of those all the way up. And what it does is, as it functions, and as that air drives that cyclone feed, it's actually shoving the round into the chamber. So we're no longer, have to wait on gravity or shape.
That's why you're getting the high rate of fire.
Exactly. It's really, really efficient.
I like the size too. I mean, it's like it's a bit of a beast, but it's not intimidating.
It's not, and it comes with a folding stock as well. If you prefer that option, so the stock folds to the side, so it keeps this overall length. If you want, and it will shoot with the stock folded, or you can pull that out if you need some more stability.
That's a neat product. Awesome, and that's pretty much it, right? For now,
there's always
more coming out.
Yeah, for our 68 caliber lineup, that is our current offering.
All right, Josh, thanks so much.
Hey, absolutely.
We're gonna see if maybe perhaps we can bring some of these products in. We'll look you up, make sure we get in contact, and hopefully we can do some reviews and have the product in our store.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.
Absolutely, Mike.